Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kima, and today we're going to be doing this soft pink glam look, which is super cute for Valentine's Day. I just wanted to make sure that I got something out that you guys can possibly recreate for your whatever you're doing. So I hope you like today's look, and if you want to see how I got it, keep on watching. I'm going in with the e.l.f. Matte Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Cinnamon, and I'm just using that as an eyeshadow base to cover up my eyelid so I don't get any oils from my eye peeking through once I add the eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using the Warriors palette by Juviasplace. I know I always use Juviasplace eyeshadows, but they're just so easy to pick up. The color stories are so good. So I'm using the Warrior 2 palette, and I know I used these two color combinations before, which is Yodit and Kuforu. I still don't know how to pronounce that. In my last video, I did a sharp cut crease look, and for this one, I want this to be a little bit more blown out. I'm gonna go in with that dark chocolate brown, and I'm just gonna apply that all over the lid. And I'm just gonna leave a little bit of space towards the inner corner of my eyes because I'm gonna go back in with the concealer to do a softer cut crease. Now to soften up those edges, I'm gonna go in with the lighter brown and lightly just go around the edges so we don't have any harsh lines there. Now to get the soft cut crease, I'm going to take another Morphe brush. This is from their vegan collection, and this is V206. It's a little bit hard to see, but I'm just going to tap that into my concealer. I'm going to start tapping. Where I want my next shade to be. So instead of using a defined brush to make a sharp cut crease, we're just using a fluffier brush. And I'm gonna bring my concealer out to my nose bridge because I've been liking how that looks once we do the base and add the concealer to help brighten up that whole. You can even see right now how it kind of just brings the eye out a little bit more. And I'm gonna bring my concealer out to my nose bridge because I've been liking how that looks once we do the base and add the concealer to help brighten up that whole. You can even see right now how it kind of just brings the eye out a little bit more. While I'm doing this, if I feel like I have a little bit too much on my brush, I'm just wiping it off on a piece of paper towel. I'm going to take the Morphe 35S palette to add in some pink. I think I want to use the shade Private Villa. So now I'm taking just a rounded eyeshadow brush. This one I got from a BB collection. We're just going to tap that right next to the brown. And if you want it more intense in the middle, you can keep building it up. And then as you get to the corner of your eye, just lighten up the touch a little bit. Now to finish off the eye, I'm going to go in with Sunbathe. And then I'm just going to use my finger to tap over, just to give it a little shimmer, not too much. Okay, so for the base, I already did my skincare before I even started because it is winter and I just feel like no type of moisture is holding in to my skin. I did use oil as the last step for this look. So I'm just gonna go in with my Power Grip Primer. For foundation today, I'm gonna use my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. I used this the other day to go out and it was really nice. And this foundation feels so comfortable. You know, sometimes you put on foundation and like you feel that you have foundation on. This one feels nice and comfy. Alright, so let's get into my favorite part, which is the concealer. This one is number 9, and it's a little bit more neutral. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, if I was going for an everyday makeup look, I would use the one that's closer to my skin tone, but I really want to play on the blush today. So now while that sits, I'm going to go in with my cream contour, and I'm going to use the LYS cream bronzers. In one of the last videos, I used which shade? I used the shade Strength. A little bit too close to my skin tone, so I went with the next darkest shade, which is Worthy, and this is so much better to contour with for my skin tone. And I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna put a little there. And I love that it's already so creamy, because a lot of these cream contours you actually have to warm up on your hand first, and it's like you're fighting with the product. And I did my jawline the other day with this, so I go like this and right where my jawline is underneath, that's where you want to go, under, not on top. I'm going to take my brush and blend out this contour. I still feel like there should be one shade in between that bronzer, because all I really needed to do is just sculpt out a little bit of that cheekbone. You can easily use too much of that darker shade and end up with a mess. Now I'm going to go in with the Real Technique 305 brush, and it's slightly angled, so it's really good for getting under the eye. I'm going to start blending it out. Now, when I'm at the eye like this, I just pat it. Since this brush is like angled like that, it gives you that nice clean, let me see if I can turn it this way. Yeah, you get that nice edge at the top right here, which makes it easier to create that clean cut line that you want. I'm just gonna go in with a beauty blender and just make sure those areas are blended out. I just picked up the Huda Beauty corrector in the shade Lychee. But funny thing, I thought that this was a concealer and not a color corrector. But I've been seeing a lot of people online use it for different things. I've seen them use it for blush, and some people put it on their lips. But since I thought it was for blush, we're gonna use it for blush today. First, I'm gonna use the Juviasplace blush in Pink Lady. I'm not gonna put too much because we all know she is pigmented. Okay, and then I'm going to take the color corrector and I'm gonna put it in between there. Now, hopefully we get a nice blend. So I'm gonna start to blend out the brush. Why I keep saying brush? I'm gonna start to blend out the blush first. I already feel like I could use a little bit more of Pink Lady, but we're just gonna go ahead and blend out the concealer first and then let me see how I like it. I don't know, I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit more blush. So I'm just gonna do one dot. One good dot. Now I'm just gonna spray my face with a little bit of setting spray. I'm gonna set my face with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, which is pretty much the only setting powder that I use. But she just came out with the Easy Bake and Snatch, which is the pressed powder version. And I actually got, so in the loose powder, I have the shade Cinnabon. In the pressed powder, I have the shade Coffee Cake. Now, the reason that I went with a lighter shade for the pressed powder is because I felt like when I snatched underneath when I tried to do like the snatch jawline and I used the loose powder, it was way too light and it came out ashy. But I've tried this recently with the pressed powder and it was perfect. I'm picking up some of the loose powder and I'm tapping off excess, and then I'm just going in to set those areas. Now I'm going to take the Juviasplace blush in volume 4, which matches Pink Lady. Now for bronzer, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury in Deep. Normally, I would take my bronzer all the way up the sides of my temple, but because I want the blush to pop, I'm leaving that space open because I don't want to mute that shade. Now I'm going to take, for my nose contour, I'm just going to take an eyeshadow brush, dip it in my bronzer, and then go down the sides of my nose. You can bring it all the way up into the brow bone. I'm going to use the pressed Easy Rake powder, and it comes with a little angled sponge. It looks like it would be pretty easy to clean, which I like. You see from right here how much more Snatch that looks without it looking ashy. To brighten up the under eye just a little bit more, I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier setting powder and then I'm gonna take it down the bridge of my nose as well. I'm going in with the Sephora liquid eyeliner in Noir. Now for mascara. I honestly don't have too much mascara because I always just put lashes on. But the most I use the mascara for is my bottom lashes. So I always keep these little mini bottles. This is the Bad Gal Bang mascara from Benefit. These are the Demi Wispies from Kiss. I always just get the 6-pack because I go through lashes like crazy. If you're someone who struggles with putting on lashes, get the lash tweezers from Ardell. They look like this. And you see how it just like grips onto the entire lash. It makes it so much easier to put it on. And then if you're using a mirror, try to put the mirror underneath so you're looking straight down. And you can see exactly where your lash line is. And I love these because I can go all the way up into my lash line and clamp it. To make sure that the entire strip is onto my lashes. So good. If anything you get from this video, get this little thing. Lashes are on. Might have let this bake for a little too long, but let's dust this off. Not bad. I'm just gonna set this again before I start the lips. Now for the lips, I just bought the new skin liners by Kim. I bought 3 colors. I missed the first launch, so yeah, I was like, I'm not taking any chances this time. So I bought number 12, 13, and 15. So I'll definitely be using 15 and 13. I'm not too sure about 12. That might be a little too light, but I'm not sure. I will let you guys know. On my skin tone, that color can end up looking a little bit ashy, but maybe with a gloss it might work. So anyways, for today, I might do an ombre actually. Let's do that. All right, so first I'm going to go in with number 15. And now I'm going to go in with 13. That's pretty already. I like that a lot. I do want to go in with a pink in the center. Okay, so I have the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Moon. And I want to just go over the liner with a little bit more gloss. I'm just going to take the AnastasiaBeverlyHills Clear Gloss. What's it called? Glass Crystal. It's called Glass Crystal. And I'm just going to apply that around the edges where the rest of the liner is. Look how pretty that is. It is cute. If you want to keep your wand clean with your clear glosses, I always go back and I wipe it off with a little bit of micellar water, because I hate putting it on top of color and then sticking it back in the tube and the whole tube is ruined literally after one use. So now it's all clean. Okay, so let me go do my hair and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. This is the final look. This is definitely a wearable pink look. I'm not too big on pink. I just put on my pink lights for you guys. But this would be super cute for Valentine's Day if you guys are going out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video so others can find it. Leave a comment and subscribe. I'll see you next time.